should really check out what
You're
came in
right,
from
let's see if we
Rivendell.
get something good. No diff this time, but that's fine. Hi everyone and welcome back to some PoE. So yes, I have been sending out a couple of shipments from time to time. We got a rune craft of bellows, which, okay, that has a little bit of worth. Nice. And yeah, we have basically completed League Start now, and I want to talk a little bit about what I have done and how everything worked out. Yeah, this is basically 1C over here. Let's just get it over with. That's fine. And we have like 6 diffs and 90 chaos left because I have invested. So on the chaos.trickster, Cane of Unraveling is in full effect. I've upgraded my 6 link a little bit. Good life, good chaos res especially. And I was able to craft some spell suppression onto this. Stygian Wise with a stat jewel. This is fine for now. And other than that, like, yeah, the other gear is pretty much the same. We have all the implicits rolled, we have the anoint, and also I did invest into one of the cluster jewels that we can make. So this is the one I chose, just an 8 passive jewel with 4 to chaos res for these small nodes over here, right? And also a little bit of life regen. This equals up to 0.3% life regen on top of what we already get from elsewhere. And then we have Wicked Pull and Unwaveringly Evil on top of it. All in all, very happy for Flapdon. Everything is set up, managed to hit level 94, and even with all the statues and stuff I still had to allocate physique, excuse me, to get 30 strength to be able to wield the Cane of Unraveling, right? But yeah, you can take this further. Obviously, there is another cluster set up with like 2 clusters and another like respec on the tree, but I'm happy as is. I will not invest further into this build. Hitting level 94 is nice though, I really like that. And yeah, I mean, we have the chest implicits that gain us frenzy charges every 15 seconds. They last longer than 15 seconds, so basically we are always on 5 frenzy charges, which is very nice. And a little bit of fizz damage mitigation, because we take 10% of it as fire damage, which then goes through our 75% resistance, right? We also are chaos res capped, which is definitely something I need to do more. Because when we will talk about my second character, you will see a different story on chaos res. But yeah, this is the chaos.trickster done, and as I said, I will not invest further into it. Mainly because my currency was flowing into this guy. Yes, this is a Freezing Pulse Totem build. And for boss damage we have Ice Spear Totems. So yeah, this is where... this is like somewhere between 3 and 5 diff investment, depending on what gear you already have and what prices you can get. So what do we have to do here? As you can see, 4 flaps still missing. We are level 83 now. To be noted, on level 72, I did kill Cyrus. On level 75, I did the Maven. And on level 83, I've done it. I've killed Uber Elder. So, I have all 4 Watchstones now, or Voidstones. I still call them Watchstones. Wow. All 4 Voidstones have been acquired, so every map on our atlas is tier 16, which is very nice. And yeah, you can see favorite map slots. We are missing Cortex and we are missing the Feared. That's literally all that we are missing, right? So there has been a good amount of progress. 110 out of 115 completion. Basically all that's missing are a couple of unique maps. And yeah, that's very, very nice. Right, so this is a decent investment, as I said. We do have this cluster setup, which I very much like. And yeah, I get some chaos and all res on this, and then just prismatic heart on the large cluster jewel, which is more all res and some elemental damage. On the medium ones, I just wanted to have one with repeater and shrieking bolts. So this is cast attack and cast speed, projectile damage, this is projectile damage, and chance to taunt on projectile hit. And on the second one, I just wanted Ancestral Echo, which is increased totem placement speed and attack and cast speed if you've summoned a totem recently. And then I went ahead and I think I crafted this jewel here, which is just percent life and some resistances. And I bought this one, which is double crit, increased life, and also increased totem life, which can be very, very helpful. Other than that, the next skill points will be going into stuff like increased mana regen and mana itself, as well as this good old node, Prodigal Perfection, which is something I really like as an early anoint usually. Speaking of anoints, this one has one, and yeah, 4 flap needs to be done. haven't gone for that yet, and yeah, we have just Ash, Frost, and Storm anointed here, which gives us some effect of non-damaging ailments, some LE damage, and that's pretty much all we care about that. Gear-wise, this can get quite expensive. Heat Shiver, if you remember, that did drop for us, and we don't need the replica one, we want the regular one, which is just the 1% of cold damage we gain as extra fire damage per 1% chill effect on an enemy. So this can go up to 24, I think, with my current setup. We really need to get a bit more of that for scaling this build up. Very cool. I did buy a 5-linked Annihilating Light with a very decent reduced LE resistance roll. Yeah, they are still going for like 1 divine. You can buy them cheaper and like link them by yourself. That is absolutely a thing you can do. Anathema is a very cool ring. This did drop in price now, and it's quite affordable. And other than that, I'm still on a pretty rocky 6-link, which is just triple res and life, right? I did play around with the implicits on this, so we have Fist taken as cold and then +1 max cold res, which is quite nice. And yeah, the amulet as well, it's just life mana res, because this is a mind over matter build. Keep that in mind. We have almost 1800 mana and 3600 life now, which is cool. Belts as well, like just I needed strength, I needed dex, right? And even with that, I allocated these 2 nodes, because gearing this is a bit of a challenge. You need so much LE res, right, because of this guy. Yeah, this reflects here, minus 40% chaos res, which is kind of a bummer, but hey, you know what? It is what it is, right? We do have a lightning golem with us. And yeah, for clear, we just use a Freezing Pulse in a totem setup, spell totem, and multi-totems, right? This is 2 additional totems. Yep. And we get +1 from our node over here, Ancestral Bond, right? So that gives us 5 totems that we can plop down. There we go, there's the 5. And yeah, it works really, really well, and the boss DPS is actually pretty insane. So let's have a quick glance. I started dropping tier 17 maps. I'm holding on to those right now. I probably will start to bulk sell them later on when I had a little bit more playtime. Let's grab an atoll, because why not? That's okay. Let's jump into that. And yeah, I will meet you in the map. I need to check something. We also still have 1 Atlas skill point. Okay, I needed to talk to Kirak and right click. I guess this can be this. There we go. That is still the breach tree. I want to move on from that at some point. I just have not decided what to do next. Maybe strongboxes, maybe betrayal. And yeah, this is just, you can see how this works, right? You plop down your totems and you just preferably stay behind them. We do have an Arcanist brand set up with multiple curses, right? We can apply like 4 curses. So we make use of that, but this is only really needed for like rares and bosses, right? Outside of that, we are fine, and we are using Cold Snap manually to just get chill on the enemies. We will not deal out damage with it, but yeah, this is, see, on that enemy it was 30% chill, so yeah, I just need to get the effect up for the bosses. Let's swap in Ice Spears for the boss fight though. Let's cast those, put Cold Snap. on the boss. And yeah, there we go. We will go into PoE after this, because I haven't actually checked how much DPS this build is able to do, but it is just a boss killer, right? You can see it here while mapping, it is pretty slow, and that is also because I did gear this character when it reached level 72, because that allowed me to buy some gems, right? I didn't intend to... Ouch! There we go, there's a cemetery with a memory tear on it, awesome. And yeah, as you saw there, like, you die rather quickly if it needs to do so, right? Let's see if we need... Yeah. You can also just do massive damage with the Freezing Pulse Totem, as you saw there. For the bigger bosses, you definitely will need the... whatchamacallit? The Ice Spear Totems, right? There it will not be... Oh, hello. Will not be enough with just the Freezing Pulse Totems. But that's fine, let's just put our totems down and let them work. And yeah, breaches are actually fairly doable with this as well. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, right? But yeah, I wanted to get a boss killer up and running, because that's always something that I end up needing anyways. Ouch, that did hurt. That did actually hurt a lot. Let's make sure we are not just dying for no reason. There we go. That's okay. That's realistically all we need. We have Steel Skin on automation, and this will prevent a couple of the bleeding incidents from happening. Not all of them, but some of them. So yeah, that's pretty much the map done. Oh, hello. Let's not die to this. Right. So yeah, it is possible. So, the one thing that we need to talk about is how much did you invest into this? 12 hours, let's keep that in mind. And on the Tricksters we have almost 48. Okay. Yeah. That's lower than I was expecting, but that's good. Let's meet in PoE. There we go, we have imported it. I just made a mistake. Yeah, these guys are offhand, that's fine. We need Ice Spear Totems in here, and that is also a level 2120 quality. Let's disable Freezing Pulse, and let's bump this up to 5, not 51, no, 5 totems. There we go, including full DPS. And yeah, as you can see, this second form, all projectiles, bumps us, oh okay, 5.6 million DPS. That was quite comfy against Uber Elder, not gonna lie. That's that. So tier 16's only on the Atlas. We are set up. I now have to decide on a strategy I want to do. I want to do something fun. Again, I'm not going after currency, I'm going after fun. And yeah, I will report back to you once I have figured out what I want to do and have run a couple of maps doing that. So yeah, looking forward to that. But for today, that is all that we need to talk about. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and as always, take care. Bye.